Welcome back to UnProvoked, the podcast where we talk about all things sent to provoke you and how to navigate through those things. I feel like ever since we started this podcast, I've been navigating heavily. Yo, I've been really navigating. You don't feel like that?
Yeah. But I feel like
crazy.
I feel like I'm navigating way better.
Think so? I just feel like it's everything is just so freaking heavy.
Let me back up a little bit because she thinks I'm so obsessed with her.
She is obsessed with me. Just follow me. You will see how obsessed this girl is with me. JoJo said don't touch the mics. Sorry, Joe. Let me just get it right one time. One day, JoJo's gonna sit us on this couch.
Because JoJo, we officially dropped the merch, so the link will be in the bio again. These are the most comfortable sweatpants ever. I haven't taken them off since I got there.
It's happening.
So, you want to be down with the gang? Get yours now.
Yeah. Follow JoJo.
Go ahead.
Follow JoJo.nsp for the merch, and then he will be dropping the how do I say that again? In the description. He's gonna put the link in the description. So you can purchase your sweats. And yes,
we always say that.
$75 for the bottom, $75 for the top. Together is $150.
Because there wasn't none. Nah, so $75 if you buy it separate. If you buy it together, it's $130. You get 20 off.
Oh, yeah, I heard the man. I seen the
So buy it
sweats.
together. See, you feel me?
And first off, it's official. I just had my hoodie on, but I took it off. But yeah, first off, the people have seen Shanice in every look possible. The girl got a different hairstyle every time we record.
You know, I had to give up the bun because I was looking sick last week. I was looking how I felt last week. I wasn't like sad or nothing, but I was just tired. Fucking tired. So, you know, right now, Thanksgiving just passed. I had a couple days to rest. I had a couple days to, time to get myself together. So that's what it is.
So I hosted my second FriendsGiving.
I was drunk. I wasn't lit. I wasn't bent. I was drunk.
We might drop a few little clips.
Yeah, we vlogged it. JoJo can decide what he wants to do with those.
Play the footage right now.
Introduce yourself. Go ahead.
So this is Bronze Beauty 09. I'm at the FriendsGiving with my girl Cam. That's her first FriendsGiving. You feel me? And I love it. The energy is top tier. I'm how we met. Oh my God, it looks so good. I met her at her job. I met her at her job. And we've been. Oh my God, y'all look so good. So you want to see me again? You want to see me again?
No, because your shit 4K.
For other shit.
The TikTok trends are coming. We're going viral for TikTok trends.
Okay? And I might be on your podcast. Because the content they bringing is top tier.
We got a new guest coming up.
Okay?
Happy Thanksgiving, though. I'm the most thankful for this Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for everybody that's here and all our supporters and everything.
Wait a minute. And we on our 6th viral clip over 100K, right?
Oh, 10.
We over 100K. Well, 4. We 4 over 100K, right? Yeah. 4 clips over 100K and 6 over 10,000, right? Well over 10,000. I keep telling y'all to ride the wave now, because I'm going to act like I don't know niggas with Drake by the Birkin. When Drake by the Birkin, I'm acting like niggas I don't know y'all. See you. Thanksgiving.
Hey. Fuck the business.
What are the numbers, JoJo?
I just did 100K.
We just did 100K on Instagram. We did how many on TikTok?
Like over 1 million.
Over 1 million on TikTok. What else? Period. If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking number. Bar Studio is coming soon. Period. Okay, She fucked 3 rappers and 3 singers. Even if I hit you once, you part of my collection. Now do you feel better about yourself? Somebody else. I made you work it for somebody else. Before I'm toxic, you know it.
2023, y'all.
That you're just a man.
Come on, Kim.
But you're all the man I need. And I know.
I was looking massive shit. But we had a great time. Like, the vibe was amazing. I told her after, you know, first of all, I was so drunk. I was supposed to leave my house at 10 o'clock in the morning. This girl knocked on my door. She opened my door because y'all know she got the key. At 10:47, like, bitch, you said you was leaving at 10 o'clock.
I was like, last time
what
I checked
is
your
it?
location, it says last seen at 8 o'clock. That means your phone has been dead since 8 a.m. I had to go save my girl. But no, the vibe was so amazing. So last year was my first Friendsgiving living here on my own. And you can tell the difference of, like, well, you weren't here last year because Shanice barely shows up to things, but
First of all, let me tell y'all. So y'all know we talk about my being a good or bad friend all the time. This bitch gonna tell me, if you don't show up, I'm gonna block you. and she meant it, okay? But I was always gonna show up regardless of the text. I was gonna show up. But I don't know who throws a Friendsgiving the day before Thanksgiving, but I guess this girl does.
it's like, you know, everyone's off the next day. But anyways, so the difference between last year and this year is, like, how I said, like, just the growth and all. And we said it, like, at the end of the night. Shanice was drunk. I don't know if she remembers.
I remember.
But I was saying, like, we really moved out here. We became, like, everybody who meets us feels like we've been friends forever. And I'm like, no, we met here. I'm like, we literally just built an entire life out here together. Like,
That's so funny because I've read a text message, like, you know, I be going over my text sometimes. But I was going over my text and I was like, they was like, yo, you really love Jersey. And I'm like, it's not even that. I said I just built a whole new life here.
a whole new life.
And, like, people don't really get it, but we get it.
Yeah.
Like, we literally built a life
Cause it's
here.
like 30 minutes isn't far. Like, we're not, like, granted, she moved a different state, but it's still not, like, a state that we can't get to.
a bridge.
But it's like we moved like 30, 40 minutes away from where we're from. So it's like a whole new environment. Like, I now have friends that I met out here that became like me and her. Like, this is now my family. Like, this is like, we created like this whole new life. So it was like the vibe was just so fun. It's like to now see, like, I created my own adult life. Like, I'm no longer in my childhood house. I'm no longer
We talked about that.
Yeah, like, I'm not with we're just in, like, completely different areas. So it was really fun. And it just, you know, Thanksgiving is all about being grateful and stuff like that. And I feel like this year, I've always knew I was grateful this year. But, like, this year, I'm, like, extremely, extremely grateful. Like, to see, like, I have no complaints. Like, I love every single person that I now have in my life.
Yeah, the company was amazing. You know, there was nobody here that was like, everybody
Yeah, like, even my
participated.
one friend,
Everybody had fun. I had a good time.
She was like, you know, I knew absolutely none of your friends, and none of your friends were, like, nose up in the air. And, like, I'm
No,
like,
we
first
had a
off,
great time.
I don't get down with that. That whole, like, nose up in the air.
fun.
And, like, we came here to have a good time. And that whole, like, being a mean girl,
yeah, we not.
no.
We had a time was had.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So this is definitely dropping after This is still the Thanksgiving weekend. Maybe we should say what we're thankful for. I'm thankful for you.
I'm so thankful.
No, I'm really thankful for this. I'm really thankful for you, JoJo. You know why? Because somebody said, so remember the picture that I showed you today when I was on the camera?
Yeah.
And I was talking to my cousin on the couch and I said they were interviewing me. He was asking me, like, so, like, what was the hardest part? And I was like, the hardest part for the both of us was
Doing it.
starting. Mm-hmm. I said, her brother we did like a mock episode and we sat in this room and we did it. He watched it and he was like, yo, y'all should put it out. We was like, no. So then he was like, no, like, these y'all bitches, y'all gonna work. So he actually came and he shot that episode. And we tell you, the very first episode, we held on to it for a long time. But if it wasn't for JoJo, y'all wouldn't be seeing us right now because we would probably still be holding on to episode one.
Not only that, and it's just, having somebody push you to be consistent when we struggle with consistency. Like, me and Shanice both know areas we lack in is discipline. So,
And I will say, not only him pushing us to start, we give JoJo so much credit just behind the scenes, but JoJo is behind everything. The YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram. Like, he literally does not miss a beat. So I'm thankful for you for that, because we going up as a team. When I looked, I think I was on the phone with you, and I said, let me see when we dropped the first episode. That was September. It's only November, and our numbers are really great. But this is all due to JoJo. So I'm thankful for you really pushing us, you know? Don't cry. I'm gonna cry.
I feel like a lot of people need to realize success isn't self-centered. Like, there's no selfishness in success. So, like, when everybody says, like, it takes a village, it's in all areas. It takes a village to raise children. It takes a village to maintain, you know, successful things. Like, it really does take a village.
And you just gotta trust your team.
And it's like, when you meet genuine people, I feel like that's what I'm extremely grateful for this year, to know how many genuine people I met in this past year. And, like, I speak about how hard things were for me in this past year, and it's like meeting people who literally held me down when I didn't even realize they were holding me down. Like, God was literally placing these people as, like, they were like angels in disguise. Like,
vessels.
Yeah, like, they were literally guiding me to who I am today. So it's like, I feel like that's what I'm most grateful for. Like, even my energy from last year versus this year. Like, my Friendsgiving last year was like, was I having fun? Of course. Like, you're drunk, you're drinking. Like,
more about hosting. And
you know, it's not even that. I was just in, like, still in, like, toxic situations. Like, you know, still, like, doing just, and this year it's like, I am so at peace that it, like, feels so good. So, I think that's what I'm very, very grateful for.
I'm grateful for you too, friend.
I'm
I'm grateful for you keeping me on my toes.
You want to hold hands?
No. She's so obsessed with me. Y'all probably think we be doing the scissor, right? We don't scissor, I promise. They think we scissor. We are obsessed. We are truly obsessed with each other. I haven't had a friend that I was obsessed with in a long time.
Yo, if you see the videos, and when he drops this, like, the videos that we have of Friendsgiving, first of all, me and Shanice thought we were a part of a rap group, or because we were performing every song to each other at that. Like,
I'm like, Cam, where's Cam? Like, oh my gosh. When I said in the text, we fit like a hand in a glove. No, we do though. You know why I said that though? Because when I look at us, like, in like pictures and stuff, I'm like, that's really my dog. Like, I wouldn't do this with nobody else.
All I remember is just, like, singing, and they was like, look at these two. Like, look at these
Everybody
two.
like grabbing the camera like, yo, look at them. Like, they just like, this is really how we act. Wait till y'all see it. This is just really how we are.
All day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a really good time. But it's just, things are just so different. It's like, me and Shanice, even together, like, together and separately, is just, like, completely different. Like,
yeah. I don't think people really understand how different we are.
No, because nobody knows us from
we
before.
Are different.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, opposite.
No, yeah, that as well. Like, me and her are, like, complete. You'll see also in the vlog, like, Shanice popping hella shit, and I'm sitting there like, key.
I'm like, right first, she's like, I'm like, you so humble. After I'm watching, I'm like, you so humble. She said, Emma, I'm like, bitch, you humble. Like, every time I start shooting, like, my texts just get lit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't like when people, let me tell you something. I don't like when people text me, what's your text pet peeve? I hate when people text me, yo. It makes me nervous. It sends me into a panic. Do not text me, yo. Because now, the most important people in my life are on mute. You on mute. Everybody's on mute. You know why? My baby daddy's on mute because I started doing this. I won't because y'all are important. So I will stop what I'm doing to pay attention to whatever you texting. He said, I can't. That's why I got to go like this. Isn't that weird? Is that strange? Important people to me are on mute because I will literally stop what I'm doing if you.
I have a bad habit of not answering.
Oh,
my baby daddy just said I ain't answer, but oh well, the
like,
fuck.
I'll read it
busy.
and then just forget.
You know what I do? You know what I think I do, and people take offense to it. I feel like I read it, and I say, okay, I'll get back to you. I get in the house, and then
you forget.
I forget, or I'll be like, oh shit, it's 6 hours. They don't want to talk anymore. Like, So it's never intentional. I'm just a bad texter.
First off, and that's like, so when I first meet somebody, right? Like, obviously, I'm terrible with texting.
She is.
But
you
then,
are.
and then I start liking you. I will text you back in 2 seconds.
She is. You know, I never really realized that because we speak on the phone a lot. But you are.
But I am a phone person. Like, for me to be texting back and forth, like, I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call you. I'd rather an hour-long phone call than me texting, going back and forth. Like, I'd rather talk on the phone. FaceTime, especially.
I used to be very like, don't call me, because what are we gonna talk about? But now, it's just like, if you fuck with somebody, you gonna find something to talk about. Like,
you know what I wanted to ask you? Because
crazy.
we were just talking about it when I was in the hair salon with Britt or whatever. Do you know what your love language is?
Yes.
What is it?
Aside from music not being on that list, definitely music. Like, send me music all day long and just send it. Because if you send me a song and we're, like, dating, I automatically think that you're talking about me. Automatically. Am I bugging for thinking
I
that?
feel like that's true.
If you send me a song, and it's not a rap song because, of course, like, I listen to all genres, but, like, if you know, like, music is, like, something I'm into, and you send me a song, and it's lovey-dovey, I'm gonna think you talking about me because that's my first love language over the original 5 love languages. Music is my first. But, words of affirmation.
Okay. I can definitely see that being your thing.
Because I'm an overthinker. So you got to constantly drill in my head, like, baby, you the one, you're the one, you're the one. You got to, like, you got to, any words of affirmation. Acts of service.
Are these in order?
No.
Do you, like,
I know that the last one will be gifts.
Oh, yeah, my last one
Is gifts. So words of affirmation. No, words of affirmation is first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like, for me, words of
know.
affirmation is second.
What's first?
Acts of service. You should have known that.
I can see that.
Like, you should have known that.
What are the other 2?
Physical touch, quality time.
Okay, so if I could be honest, I think the both of us would have physical touch at second.
Yeah. So the thing is how you receive your love language versus how you show. So, like, gifts is last on mine, but I'm
a trick. If I like you, I'm a big trick.
Trick or treat. Trickity trick.
I'm a trick. If I like you, I'm
the biggest trick.
What? You, Kim, how long have I had this gift set in my head, but I have nobody to do it for?
And that's the thing, too. It's like, and I think this is why I'm really bad with, like, I'm not a just fuck around type of person because I'm, how you said, like, an overthinker. Like, first off, I can never see myself ever fucking with nobody I don't like.
Yeah.
So, like, I like you. I constantly want to do things for you. Like, if you mention, like, I automatically remember every single thing that you ever told me that you like.
Me too. And I always listen. I'm an attentive listener,
And a very attentive listener.
Like, I planned, like, this cute little date thing, and I was telling Kim, she's like, "Oh my God, that's so cute." And it was, like, after, like, the first couple, like, it was like a week, right?
Barely.
It was barely a week.
A day and a half.
Like, because I'm listening to everything that you're saying to me, so now I'm like, I think this would be a cute idea. But that's just, like, I don't know. I'm a trick. And it's not, matter of fact, that's not even me a trick. That's just me being affectionate and loving and just, like, I want to see you happy.
Yes,
like, I just want to see your reaction to it. Like, oh my God, like, you was listening, you heard me. Like,
so, like, for me with the whole gift giving thing, I grew up very spoiled. So, like, my dad's love language was definitely gift giving.
I'm not holding
it. But I also feel like I would have much rathered him there than, like, constantly buying things. So I feel like gift giving has always been last to me. Like, I don't care what you can buy for me, but I care what, like, I was explaining to somebody the other day, and I'm like, acts of service is important to me because it's like, I have a lot on my plate, especially now. Like, acts of service has been my thing from when I was younger, but now when it's like, I have so much on my plate, knowing that you are alleviating something off of my, like, or just heard me say, like, I need something.
The what? That water.
The water.
The water. Made your panties wet.
That shit. Water.
The listening.
It's the listening. It's like,
so where does that fall in the
acts of service?
Okay, so what was the other? It's acts of service,
words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, and gift giving.
I think quality time. All right, so let's do order.
my order would definitely be acts of service. I feel like now my thing, quality time and words of affirmation might be like right there with each
I
other.
think quality time is number one for me, and you know why? Quality time is
And
like
then
number
it's
one
like,
for me.
and then this is hard. Gift giving is definitely last, but then it's like acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time is really neck and neck, and definitely physical touch because like I want to touch you at all times.
Oh my God, she's just, I don't know what it is with her hands, but she has to do this, like, and you know, like her hands are so soft, like, so, like, she's just like,
And like with the beard, I'd be like,
it's the cutest thing though, like, it's cute. I don't know, like, how guys receive it, because guys are like, so, like, you know, men are so masculine, so I don't know how, you know how we get giddy, like, oh my God, he kissed my forehead, oh my God, like, do they do that? Well, you know, I wonder in their head. No,
I mean,
not like, oh my gosh, she's touching my beard, but like, damn, like, I really fuck with this bitch.
Nah, it's comfortable, yeah. But it's not like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean?
Y'all gotta hear it, so if I'm like, bitch, he kissed my forehead.
they're kissing the forehead, but we having a like.
Like, it's comfortable.
I was on the phone with Kim, and I was on FaceTime, and my dude kissed the back of my head. She was like, ah! In my head, I was like, oh! It's just so cute. But stuff like that, they be melting us. Like, definitely, like, if...
First off, you can tell the shift in our energy that, like...
I know, right?
We was on some real, like, and now we are...
Giddy-ass bitches, right? I will say, guys, though, look at how that shit is making us feel. Like...
So, I've had this conversation, right? So... Brittany was on our last 2 episodes. You're going to be seeing a lot of her. She might be joining the UnProvoked team.
Yes. If her schedule permits it.
If her schedule permits it, me and Shanice are very funny because we both think alike, but we both be like hesitant to what we're thinking. So she's like, so, you know, and like told me, she was like, I was really thinking like we should tell Britt to, and I'm like, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, cause you know, just all 3 of us, we're all in different places in our life. We all have our own opinions. We all live our lives very differently. But when we come together, the way we are able to,
It's like a sisterhood.
yeah, it's like our sisterhood is so strong. So yeah, Britt will be joining us. But Shanice had this, we spoke about it, that like, Brittany was saying like, you think I'm mean, and she was like, I just think she comes off a little emotionally unavailable, but nobody made it safe for me to
Except
be, nobody made it safe for me to be emotionally available. And I feel like now I know, like we were just having a conversation while I was in the salon, and you know, one of Brittany's friends, he's a barber, and he was like, did you feel like you were a good girlfriend? I feel like, I was like, I feel like I'm a great girlfriend, but I also can say I know where I wasn't a good girlfriend. Like, vulnerability has always been, like, a very big thing for me. Like, and Shanice tells me all the time, like, yo, you're so scared. You're so scared to be, like, soft. Or, like,
so afraid.
But not like, soft.
Give me the phone. Let me text back. So she's like, you would think that my persona would be like, oh my God, you just so rough, so tough. When it comes to a man, I melt. Like, I am like, take me, I am yours, I love you. Kim is not like that. She's like, oh, he ain't saying he miss me, I ain't miss him. He don't want to see me, I don't want, like, but it's not that you don't want to, it's just like you are emotionally unavailable because I think you're just scared of.
It's not that. I just feel like I want to say it in the right way. Like, I definitely feel like I need to be with somebody who is a man that knows how to lead, and to be able to like put, how she said, like, I'm a very not a bad overthinker. I'm an overthinker. So when I think about certain things, like, to have a man that leads and put those thoughts to rest is so, like...
I 100% agree. She needs a man to lead, because in a heartbeat, it'll switch up for her, and she's back into, like, I don't need this shit. Because Kim will up and leave in a second, and I told you that yesterday in the text, like, I commend you for being able to just be able to walk away from things the way you do. Like, she doesn't attach herself.
It's not that I don't attach myself. It's like, we need to be realistic too. Like, I'm in a very different area. Like, I don't have any kids. I want to be a wife. I want to be a wife. I want to be somebody's mom. Like, I want to be in a very loving relationship. But if I see things don't suit the future self that I envision, like, I want myself to be loving, and like, even how you said, like, I'm a trick, like, and I want to be able to do the biggest for my man and not feel stupid after doing it.
I think that's a whole nother conversation.
Like, I don't want to be like, do a big one, and then every time I'm doing a big one, like, damn, I just did a big one and I'm looking dumb, and I feel dumb. So it's like, that's a very big thing for me. You know, at the end of the day, we can't control what's going to happen. Like, if something happens and, you know, things don't work, that's out of our control. But, you know, in this dating process, I feel like I meet a lot of people, and like, she'll be the first to be like, everything icks you. And it's like, I also can see what fits in the future I have in my head.
I feel like now everything doesn't ick you. Those things just didn't fit you.
They didn't fit, but that's what I'm saying.
They didn't fit you. Because at first, like, as your friend on the outside looking in, like you saying, like, I would be the first person to tell you, like, yo, everything about everybody bothers you. But it wasn't necessarily that. They just weren't.
Because I can name the situations of people that I can say icked me, and obviously now sitting here, they are not in my life, and the situations that put them not in my life aren't what icked me, but I already can see little things that I knew it wasn't going to work. Like, I knew, you know, like, somebody not going crazy for my birthday. We can never be together because holidays, birthday, these are very big things for me. Like, very, very big things. Like, my first year in DJ, her son's life, I went to go get, like, a cake that was, like, exactly how he wanted it, because those are the things people remember. Like, and he's a baby. He still talks about his cake.
He still talks about his cake. And then you, like, not even just talking about the cake. When it comes to cakes, this is the first person he talk about. Like, if he wants to bake a cake, he wants to do anything of that nature, like, that's what he wants to do with her. He don't want to do it with me, he want to do it with her. So it's just, like, I know we talk about a baby, but in a relationship, too, it's just like, yo, I'm doing the most. I take this serious, and you don't care at all, it's never going to work. So, like, you were seeing those things like, I'm going to give you a chance. But if you fucking fall on your face, it's over. And she stands on that shit.
And this is what me and Shanice were having. She called me yesterday, like, this is a great topic. Like, I was just having a conversation, and, you know, your baby daddy was saying how women meet, like, a semi-good guy and feel like, because we make jokes about the dating pool and having piss in it, that you meet one good guy and it's like steady locked in, we about to get married.
I love him.
And it's like, but do you? Like, do you, or do you feel like, and I used to say this, you know, to somebody else, I used to be like, we're all getting older, especially like for us women, our clocks are ticking. Like, we have certain deadlines to certain things. Men don't really have the same deadlines, but like for us women, we have deadlines. So we're like, we meet a good guy and like, oh, this is the one. Like, you know, like, he has a good job. So like, there was this situation, I dealt with somebody, great job. What I said, like, amazing job. He comes from a family that had money. Like, he on surface was great. Like, in his 30s, own place, like, again, would take care of me, no kids. Like, this would be a perfect situation. Something happened, and it was like, I wasn't moving. I got all new furniture. My brother and his friends were here putting my furniture together, and the man that I was dealing with at the time didn't help me. And you're texting me all day talking about, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry, Kim, I'm listening, but it's loose.
You're talking about, what are you doing? You're laying up with me every single night, and my brother and his friends are the one figuring out how my furniture is getting put together.
That's a no for me.
That's an absolute no for me. Like, you're supposed to be the man in my life, and you are a great man, but you might just not be the man for me, because I need a man. Like I said, I need a leader. Like, it might be something so small of like how I didn't have water in my house and you went to go get me a water. It's something that little, but it's like you have now showed me like I could take a step back and you can handle things that I normally handle on my own.
You know what a ick for, well, something that I notice, if you walk out my house and the garbage is out the door and you don't take the garbage, that's a thing for me.
And it's like in this building,
like
we don't even
past that garbage.
We don't even have to take the garbage.
You put it outside the door.
We put it outside the door.
If you walk past the garbage, like it's not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because my son's father, like that was a thing. Like I never had to take the garbage out. It's a small thing, but it's a thing. Like why do I have to take out like? Not even I will take out my garbage, of course. I told Kim one time, and this is a whole other topic, that I feel a sense of relief when I take my garbage out. It's the weirdest thing with me. So that it's not that I don't want to take the garbage out, but it's just like. You can't even it's right there. You're already walking.
But that's my thing.
It's like little things like that. I don't know if it's just me, but
no, it's not. It's not. It's just as a woman, it's like it feels so good to have a man be the man and just like lead. And like even if you don't know how to put the TV up, the fact that you called somebody that you knew how to, and you made sure it was handled. Now I feel a sense of relief where it's like. I can trust you. Like, and that's why I feel like I'm starting to be like, a little more available, coming off more available because it's like, okay, like you're showing me X, Y, and Z. So now I can be a little more vulnerable and saying that like, I'm safe here. Like I'm safe. You have certain things covered for me.
I think a lot of us just want to feel safe and secure in a relationship with a man.
And we said it in like one of our episodes, like protection is a very big thing for me. And now it's like, I take the protection thing because it's like, you feel safe, but I want to feel safe in all areas. I don't want to just feel safe. Like you're going to lay somebody out. God forbid something happens to me. I want to feel safe. That
this house is secure.
Yeah. Like I need to know we're secure in a house. Like we're at an age where it's like, we're talking about buying property, like having businesses, like having certain things. Like I need to be safe that like we can build all these things and we're not going to lose everything due to you having, like certain things, like you not being able to lead as a man. And that is a very big thing. But he was saying like, girls meet a guy and they automatically just want to lock in because it's the first good guy that they met in a really long time.
And then not only that, like she said, we feel like our clock is ticking. I'm 30. Oh my God, he's a good guy. I got to lock in with him. And then you just start completely missing all the red flags, or you ignore the red flags, and and a guy will really show you like, hold up, baby. Wait a minute. Like I ain't say that. Never said we was going to do this. I never said we was going to do that. Like I'm literally just dating, and I feel like guys know how to date better than us.
For sure.
Guys date way better than women. Because, like, say if I'm dating somebody right now and we talk every day and then we don't talk for, like, we'll speak every day. We have a routine. We'll speak, let's say, 5 times a day. And then tomorrow comes and we only speak twice. As a woman, I'm in my head like, da-da-da-da. But then it's just like, can I really be mad? Like, I'm not your girl. You are. He can go on a date. He can do what he wants to do. That's what dating is. But as women, we get a little like territorial, like like you ain't answer the phone. Why you didn't?
That's mine.
That's me too. Like we have to stop doing that. Like that's not dating. We put all our eggs in one basket, so to speak. I put my eggs in one basket. I'm learning because a man will make me feel so good. I'll be like, I don't want to talk to nobody else. I don't want to talk to him.
But then it's like I'm on the fence with a lot of that because it's like. I rather put my energy into one situation. How Shani said, like, I'm able to detach quickly because it's like I will put my absolute all into it. But I have like a 5-6 month mark. Like,
what is your 5-6 month mark? What are you expecting in that time?
In 5 to 6 months, I could really see you, fully you. Like, some people might not agree with that, but in 5 and 6 months, and we're consistent, I see who you are. I see your flaws. Like I'm taking mental notes of them. So I give you enough rope to kind of hang yourself. And like Brittany said the same thing. Hers is a little funnier, but like for me, it's like I'm seeing who you really are, and I'm like did I cut the guy off immediately after not putting my furniture together? No, but that was that one like. I mean,
that was a list. Like now I'm checking down all the things that don't work.
And then there was like another certain situations that started happening after, and I was like, yeah, no, like I know this isn't gonna work. Like You know, so it's like my 5 to 6 month mark is like, yeah, my clock is ticking. So why am I going to wait trying to fit? And when you meet a partner that is worth building with, is completely different than meeting somebody and wanting to change them. There's certain men that are stuck in their ways and there's no changing. Like, we're talking about situations that you're never getting out of. If I see a man with potential, in the sense of like
competence. I don't want to be able to potential. I'm sorry, you can come with potential.
But if I see a man with, because somebody said, Tony Gaskins, he's like for like whatever. He was on Megan Ashley's new podcast, and he was saying that some men that have potential, but you know, things might not be hitting for them. Mm-hmm. She was like, what do you feel like is missing? He's like, the right woman. And I believe in that.
I do too.
I definitely believe. He was like, because women think with both sides of their brain and men only think with the science of things. Like, so he was like, you know, I met somebody and their business was failing, and I'm like, who are you married to? And he was like, no, my wife is great. She told me not to do this. And I went against what she said, and she's been riding with me, and now we're struggling because she went against her gut intuition. So I was like, that's a real thing. Like, I could deal with potential, but I can't change what you're showing. Like, yeah, like your automatic instinct to not help me, I can't change that.
I will 100% contest to that.
Like, I can't change that.
Like, yeah, like, I 100% agree with that. I had seen, y'all know, I be watching a lot of relationship stuff on Instagram. This lady, and I saved it, I just don't know where it is. The lady said, you have to meet a man where he is. So you have to meet men where they are. So if a men don't respond to you telling them what to do. Men feel like, oh, babe, I was thinking that, you know, the tree might look better on the right side of the room. What do you think about that? They like for you to be able to ask for their opinion. You can't tell them, well, I want the tree on the side of the room, because they're not really hearing you. They're not really responding to that.
Now it sounds like you're bossing them around.
Yeah, now it sounds like you're bossing them around. So
and they're the man in the house.
Yes. So you got to meet men where they at, because they want to drop their nuts, for real. So it's just like, when you telling a man what to do all the time, that does not always work. So even if it comes up to building a man up with potential, you got to meet him where he's at. You know he's capable of starting that business that he's been talking about.
But this is what we're talking about. Okay, let's take potential, right? Mm-hmm. We all have, what I just say when we first started, me and Shanice lack discipline. Do we not have discipline? We have discipline. We lack it at times in certain areas. Because when we put our minds to things, we are extremely successful. Yeah. But if I meet somebody, they have discipline, they have work ethic, they have passion, they have dedication, they have structure. Those are, you have love, you're able to articulate.
If you got all of that, you should already be potential.
That's not true. That's not true. Because like you might see things like, I have the passion for this, it's just not working. So now you meet somebody like me, I can see where your passion is at, but now I'm going to give you another idea so you can look at it from a different. You might be extremely successful with that same passion in another area.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
So it's like, you might be trying so hard to make this one thing work, because how I said, men think with one side of their brain. So it's like, the science of it is, this is going to work. And it might be working, but this can work better.
I agree, because I feel like, being honest, I think men are smarter than women. I just feel like men are just a lot.
That's why they're more men millionaires than.
I think men are so much smarter than women, but sometimes men need a woman behind them to just drive them. You just need a woman behind you, just like pushing the buttons.
But they say every successful man, look at who he's married to.
Yeah, like sometimes you need a woman just there to push your buttons. Not the marriage part, but men are smarter than women, right? I truly, like, deep down in my heart, believe men are smarter than women.
Like, I look at my mom and dad, for example, right? My dad could sell salt to a slug. He could sell water to a whale. That man could have literally done, he had so much potential. He had all the attributes of what a successful person would be. Like, they would have literally been millionaires if he listened to my mom a little more. But my mom was a strong woman in his life. Like, because of that, like because of them together, they had businesses, they had houses, like they had all these things. If he listened to her a little more and didn't do the dumb shit he would do, they would have been extremely successful. Mm-hmm. And his life got 10 times better with her in it versus her out of it. Mm-hmm. So it's like when they were no longer together, his life kind of slowly declined. And not saying like, you know, he declined without, but you could see when he lost her because he started losing everything.
It happens. And
I really do believe in God made men and women to coexist.
We need each other.
We need each other. Like, there's some things that I can't.
That's what happened, though.
Huh?
That's what happened if you read the Bible.
What do you mean?
They put Eve on the earth so Adam has somebody.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying.
And she bossed him around, made him eat that damn apple.
See, there's a downfall sometimes.
The wrong woman sometimes.
So that's a whole nother thing, JoJo. Women could be a downfall sometimes.
No, for a fact.
But I think there's both ways, though. Because the wrong man could bring a woman down.
Yep. That's why it's important to set. I speak about boundaries the last 3 episodes. Boundaries are important. Deal breakers are important. I'm not really big on the boundaries right now. Like I keep saying I do need to sit down and restructure my boundaries and my deal breakers because I think what plays a part for me is the whole clock is ticking. So every guy that comes in and saying the right things looks like the right guy.
But this is what I'm saying when it's like, oh, you know, he has potential. Like, you know, he got a good job. He got this, he got that. But now I need to see potential in who you are as fuck everything else. You can have the most money in the world and have terrible, like, personality. Like, you're not a nice, like, good. Yeah, like, off. It's just, there's a lot of things. I mean, you can be extremely successful, but then have all these negative things. So it's like, that's why I'm like, kind of like, no, like that icks me. Yeah. Because it's like, I could see you might be great on surface, but you're not great deep down. So I will take a person great deep down that might not have it all right now, but I know together we can have more because of what I see in you.
Listen to me, babe. Listen.
And I feel like that's hard for men to like listen to a woman knowing
depending where they are in their life.
You don't think so?
You would listen to the right one?
I listen.
You listen? Mm-hmm. You take advice. Like a girl sees what you got going on.
Like if you tell me something, I'm not just gonna do it like that. Listen.
Take out the garbage.
But like I'm gonna always like consider anything you say. I'm gonna consider it. You get me? Like it's not just gonna go in and come out. Like I'm gonna really think about it.
Piggyback off what JoJo said in the comments. I want to know if all men think like that because for me, I feel like men don't listen. All the time, not all men.
Like I'll hear you, and then if I think it's right, I'm gonna do it.
So okay,
but this is also what I said with men are science, right? If I tell Giovanni, you know, Giovanni, you should do things like this, he's gonna go basically remember what I said, do his own research on it, and figure out a way for him to listen to what I said and do it in his own way, right or wrong.
So
it depends.
You said, but my question is, okay, so you said I'm gonna listen, but are you responding or are you just like, okay, I hear you? Because I feel like men do that a lot.
Nah, I'm gonna respond.
I feel like guys they'll hear you, but they won't say anything, and then they will do what JoJo said. I'm gonna listen. I'm doing my research on. But then it's just like, yo, I told him something, and he. But I think it's different for me
because I like collaborating on stuff. You get me? Like even like there's just random people where like if they have ideas, I'll be like let me know what you say your ideas. I'll say mine, that we make something. You know?
Okay.
But that's just me. I like.
But I'm also the same. So if I can meet somebody that, and this is what I said about learning from, if I could meet somebody who sees everything I'm doing and say I go to you, like I had a situation, I'm going to go to you for advice, and you can tell me how to properly navigate through the issues that I'm facing, you automatically win to me. Versus like, man, fuck that. Like I'm gonna buy, you know, like fuck that job. I'm gonna give you the money. Like that's not what I asked you. Because whether you help me right now, I'm going to face this problem down the line eventually, because we're talking about we're living in a world with other people. I can't just run away from every situation that's happening, but I'm looking at my partner to help me navigate through these issues where I know they're a me issue. Like, maybe communication isn't my key, but maybe it's yours. So as a partner, I hope to look at you and you can help me do, like, fix areas that I'm lacking in. Because we're made, like, me and you are completely different. We are night and day. But there's things in you that I don't have that you make me better in, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. Like, we're made to be different to help each other. Mm-hmm. We are not made to be like, when everybody's like, well, we're exactly the same. And I bet you're not going to work. Mm-hmm. Because being exactly the same won't get you nowhere.
Yeah, I don't think I could date somebody that was just like me. I'm a fixer. I feel like all men that I gotta fix. No, I'm a fixer. Like, I want, like, the guy I feel like got the most potential, but that's also my downfall. Like, oh, he has a lot of potential, but, like, I see it in you, but you don't see it in yourself. Like, I could make him, I could change him, I could make him really pull it out, but that's the
can't make no one see it.
Exactly.
It's different if they seen it already and you see it, and you can help them reach it.
But as women,
if they don't see it,
we just wired different. Like, we just feel like we can fix everybody.
It's like a motherly thing.
Yeah, it's like a motherly instincts is just kicking. Like, oh, like, babe, you can do it. I know you can do it. And if he don't want to do it, you got to really just be like, I bet this is just not for me. But I feel like we get too deep in. We go too down the whole rabbit hole with a man, and then it's just like, damn, like, now I'm stuck. I done spent 3 years with this man, and he ain't elevate, he ain't do this, he ain't listen to me when I said that. And it's just like, yo, you wasted your time.
But that's why I said my 5 to 6 month thing, because it's like, in 5 to 6 months, you can see that. Mm-hmm. Those are things you've seen already. So you're going to go and put more time and more effort into making somebody see that you're navigating through better, like, more positive, like, in a more positive route, but they're so stubborn or arrogant into their own ways. Like, we're never going to get nowhere other than me constantly trying to save you from drowning.
I just feel like now, like I tell you for the last couple of days, what I've noticed now about how I'm taking things now is one day at a time with everything in life, especially dating. Like, I'm not looking into dating anybody and I'm like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I might run the my man line, but realistically, it's one day at a time, because I'm not trying to see anything further than the end of the week at this point. Because I might not fuck with you by the end of the week. By Monday, you might be doing your own thing. I might be doing. Everything is one day at a time now, because the dating pool is just so strange now. Like, a person could be, you could think a person is just like, oh, he's super cool, like, he's great, he kisses my forehead, he listens to me, when I call him, he answers immediately, he puts me in my place in the most respectful way. Like, I've never had a man do all these things. And then tomorrow he could be a completely different person. So I've learned that from dating in the past. I am good on trying to see a future with somebody in the early dating stages. Everything right now is one day at a time. Like,
but I feel like the biggest lesson is knowing when a situation, whether it is a lesson or, like, for you to see certain things, and, like, to know when a situation just can't
but sometimes you don't, because people wear masks every day.
Yeah, they
so
definitely.
It's just like,
but I now, when I meet somebody, I now pray for whatever blindfold I may have due to my own personal feelings. Remove the blindfold so I could really see this person for who they are, not who I want them to be. Mm-hmm. Like, let me see who you really are. Let me trust that. Let me trust myself to be able to know myself, that I'm going to see whether you fit. Like, I feel like us as women, we try to fit a lot of squares and circles. Like, we know you don't belong. We know you don't fit, but we're going to try to stuff you in there to see if it goes in.
One day at a time.
So it's like, I just feel like I now pray to be able to get out of situations in the time they need to get out of.
But that's not an issue that you have, though, because you detach quickly. For girls like me, I attach to everything. Like, I attach myself to everything. We spoke about this last week when I said I have somebody in the beauty supply store. I'm really cool with the people in maintenance. I'm cool with the girls in the building. Like, I attach myself to people and I build relationships. So imagine me in a real relationship or dating somebody. I attach myself to them, to some part of them. And I can't really quite tell you what it is, but that's why now it's just like, like I had a conversation. I told you I had a really serious conversation with my son's father about us dating different people. And in the conversation, I was like, well, what happens during holidays and stuff like that? And I was like, well, his birthday is in 6 months. Like, what if you're dating somebody and I'm dating somebody? What happens around his birthday? And he was like, I said I wouldn't bring anybody around. He was like, you don't know what's going to happen. So you could fall in love with somebody in 6 months. I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. He was like, Shanice, you don't know. And that's just the honest to God truth. But I just don't necessarily want to see anything fully through like that because I'm so used to doing it. So now I'm trying to do things differently, which is move one day at a time because I know myself. I've been in love in 3 days. Like, if 5 days we get married. So now it's
you
just
just
like,
need to have a little bit of the discernment of seeing whether it's like, yeah, you know, I agree with one day at a time because I have that same problem. Like, I can instantly be like, get it too ahead of myself, you know? Mm-hmm. But then it's like the discernment to know when a situation no longer serves you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like...
But you got to also, like, know when a situation doesn't serve you, but also not self-sabotaging in that, too.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother conversation. Like, I self-sabotage a lot.
I definitely do.
I'll get cursed out in the heart. Be like, yo, you being so weird. Like, what is going on with you? And it's just like, I don't want you to hurt me. I don't want you to hurt me. And it's like, yo, I'm not out to get you. Like, I'm with you. And it's just like, I don't know. And it's like, yo, I don't know, you kind of freaking me out. Like, you saying you like me, but you're doing one thing, and it's just like, okay, Shanice, you self-sabotaging. Just let it be what it is.
But all those things stem from Summer, you know?
Exactly, and I've been trying to explain that a lot, too. Like, y'all don't understand. As women, in relationships, period, not just women, we go through things, so when I'm coming to you and I'm showing you that I'm scared, you can't just automatically be like,
I was having this conversation, again, earlier today. I was saying, for men, that's like me meeting him, right? And seeing who he's around. You're not around anybody that's married in a successful relationship, that is thriving with their girl, that you see like, oh nah. Like, you know, you're around a bunch of people who are sleeping around. You're the man because you fucking around. Like, you're all doing all these things. So, of course you're not going to think being vulnerable is okay. Of course you're not going to, you know, like, as men, you guys are in a, like, you know, now it's becoming a thing where men talk about, like, I'm better with my woman. Like, I'm better, like, I need to see who you're around. And, like, how we said, like, you know, as women, we have fear. They have fear as well. Like, there's so many men, how do we say, like, bro, you've been fucking around with girls that are in relationships. Of course you're not going to trust women. Mm-hmm. The same way we see what men do. Like, of course we're not going to. But then it's like, I can't bring whatever that situation is over here.
Mm-hmm. I do it all the time, though.
It's normal to do. I definitely self-sabotage a lot. I be in my head often, but I also try to talk myself out of it. Like, and when I find myself doing it now, I try to pray. Or, like, even the other day, I noticed something, like, I know my attachment style is an anxious attachment style. I know where it comes from. But this is having real conversations with myself. Like, I know where it's coming from. I know what I have to do. What did I do? I went and downloaded a book about a situation I know I'm dealing with. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if I could fix something, my goal now is to fix it. Like, fix it within myself. So I'm not carrying this, like, well, I'm anxiously attached and I self-sabotage. You just going to have to deal with it. And you're going to have to continuously put my thoughts to rest. Because that's not fair for anybody else either.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just feel like I told you, like, in dating, I'm dating. So I kind of was, like, hitting the self-sabotage mark. He called me and he was like, can you talk? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, you know, I just feel like whatever you going through today, like, you kind of just taking it out on me. And I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, you are. And I don't know, I feel like you pushing me away. And I'm like, huh? And then, like, now he's breaking down to me everything that I did not notice. But it's just like, even today, for instance, what I told you, I said, I don't want to answer today. Why am I doing that? Like, what in me is causing me to, like, push this man away who I know actually is, like, really trying to get to know me?
You'll say, like, I fall in love in 3 days, the googly side. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to being vulnerable, I don't think you're ready for that. Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as it's, like, a little bit of vulnerability, you then, like, oop, let me pull back.
Yeah.
so you don't feel like you got me like that. And I can sit here and realize what you're doing because I also do it. And I also know that's a problem. So now when I realize in myself I'm doing it, I'm like, you know what did I say to you yesterday? I said, whatever situation I walk into next, whatever situation I ever get into, I'm going to be the most vulnerable side of myself that I could be at that moment. Because I learn vulnerability every single day. I'm going to be extremely loyal. I no longer pray for what I want in a man. I pray for what I want myself to look like in a relationship. Because if I pray for, I want to be loyal, I want to have good communication, I want to be vulnerable, I want to be safe, I want to have all these things. If I'm in that with me, I know I'm going to be with a partner that's bringing it out of me. But I need to pray for me to be that person. Because I can pray for a man with great communication, who loves me, who is attentive, who's all these things. But if I'm not all the things I need to be, I'm going to ruin this relationship.
Yeah, you got to fix yourself.
Like, I'm going to ruin the perfect man because I wasn't where I needed to be. Because I was too focused on what I want in a man versus who I am coming in this relationship. And I think that's a big thing. Like, we're so worried about, well, what can you do for me? Well, what am I also doing for myself? Because you can be a great communicator, but if I'm not a great listener, or if I can't comprehend what you're saying, our communication is pointless.
There's so many layers to dating, though. It's just like, it's hard.
Dating, like, even I said to Shanice today, I'm like, you know, our friendship is showing me what it's like to work for something, to work for a friendship. Because it's like, because I worked so well in this friendship, we have a stronger bond than people who have been friends forever. But we put a lot of work into it.
I told her, I don't know why she's my friend. I swear I said it. I said, I don't know why you're my friend. But she is.
But like, she's a great friend, you know, like, and I also know she's working on her. So it's like, we're working on this together.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. We're good though. Like, I don't be stressed about that.
Because it's like with dating, it's like relationships, yes, it's hard because we're programmed extremely different. Like, me and him come from the same exact parents. We were raised exactly the same. And our thought process is completely different. Like, we literally were raised in the same household by the same people. We went through like every single situation.
Like, when I told you we had girls' night with my cousins, and me and Nicole are sitting there like going to bat, and they're like, no. Me and Nicole was like, wait a minute, this is why we think that way. And my sister's like, no, because whatever. Me and Nicole was like, yo, they just don't hear us. But these are situations that we've been in. So y'all are from the outside looking in, like, well, if it was me, I would do it this way. Da-da-da-da. Me and Nicole was like, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. Hit that wall, crashed. We crashed out already. So it's just like, me and my sister's thinking process is completely different. Completely, they raised in the same house, like completely different. What else did we spoke about Mama's Boys? We spoke about Mama's
Time?
Boys. We got an hour.
For real?
What the fuck did we even talk about?
And it wasn't the camera because the audio was paused during that. So it's like actual hour. Well, 58.
So Mama's Boys is going to be our next topic.
Fuck Mama's Boys. No, I'm just kidding. I guess.
But that goes back to, you know, the environment you were raised in. If you were raised to see, like, love being dangerous, you're not going to be so receptive of love.
I don't know.
You're so pretty.
I am. I'm so pretty. You can short that. I am so pretty. No,
but yeah, so the next episode, we will probably have Brittany on. Also, leave in the comments like what you do want to talk about or hear us talk about. If there is something that, you know, maybe you're going through at the moment and you feel like maybe we went through it or whatever the case may be. I do receive like text messages that are always like, you know, I'm navigating through a tough time and I always watch your podcast. That is like so relieving to me because it's like we just be chatting.
I read the comments a lot. I don't know about y'all, but I don't really respond to the comments, but I see all the comments. I read the comments, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So we are definitely paying attention. So, you know, hit us up. Let's chat.
Shout out Instagram.
Your Instagram? Oh, Unprovoked.
That video.
What?
She going crazy. That was
Oh, yeah.
150.
Oh, yeah, you know, because I give good advice. So that video, the advice is advising. But that all of that stuff that I be seeing be coming from stuff that I've seen that I like when I had the conversation with my son's father about that video that went viral on Instagram. He was like, well, why you didn't? I said, see, you didn't even pay attention because I said in the video, had I done this, had I asked you if you wanted a solution or whatever the hell the video says, comfort or solution, then we would have been better. He was like, oh. But
what I was saying this earlier too, I love the area that we're in where we have safe spaces like this to talk, because I can now go on the internet. You look like me, you talk like me, you come from the same like area that I'm in. You're the same age as me.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking at therapy is very scary to a lot of people. I go to therapy, but that's not normal for a lot of people. So it's like I'm not, and sometimes people I feel like take therapists or like, well, you have it all figured out. You have it all figured out, and it's like they feel like that advice is belittling me because you have it all figured out, and I'm just a fucking mess.
I don't think that is necessarily that, but I do feel like people who don't go to therapy, because like I was talking to somebody, they be like, don't therapy me right now. So I'm like, I'm not therapy. Like you're therapying me right now. I'm like, what the fuck you talk? Like everything I say, you have a answer to. I don't want an answer. I just want to talk. I said, you know what, you're right. And I was talking to somebody else, and then they were therapying me. I said, I know exactly what the fuck they were saying now because somebody is now doing it to me. So sometimes you just have to listen, like not listening with your eyes, not just listening with your body language. People just want you to listen because sometimes you talk to somebody and you can see in their face that they want to respond. That's something that I think needs to be worked on because therapying is a thing. Like, even though it's not a real word, but when they said it to me, like, you're therapying me, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And it's just like, you just always have an answer. I don't want an answer. I just want you to listen.
Which I said, I feel like I love the space that we're in where we can go on social media and be like, you know, damn, like, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Damn, I'm not the only one that's going through this.
Yeah, so stop therapying your friends and your boyfriends and all of that. Sometimes just fucking listen. Yeah.
But like, comment, subscribe. We love you. See you next week.